Okay, so we've got a lot of Sony news, and I'm going to walk you through the whole thing. All right. What is Sony known for? If you had to say which division of Sony brought in the most money, most people would say the gaming division. All of the studios that they've purchased, all of the games that they have essentially come out with, God of War 2, Helldivers 2, Spider-Man 2, the list goes on and on and on. You'd be wrong. Other people would say, oh, it's clearly the electronic division, the TVs, the headphones, the Bluetooth speakers, on and on and on and on. You'd be wrong. The largest part of Sony, and I'm going to pull this up right now. We're going to go to Sony Wiki, and they've got the total assets from 2022. They brought in 32.041 trillion yen. The largest subsect of Sony, their largest subsidiary, is their insurance company. It's Sony Financial. Sony Financial is responsible for half. In that same year, 2022, they brought in $14.5 trillion. They are responsible for half of Sony's total assets. They are the money makers. Now, an argument could be made about how big Sony Interactive Entertainment is in regards to video games and how big Sony Pictures is both overseas and in Japan, and then their subsidiaries in regards to their American side of their corporations. But no, it's insurance. Sony makes an absolute shit ton of money through their insurance. The reason why is that their insurance is relatively cheap. It's cheap and it's good. And a lot of people in Japan and in the surrounding, I believe, Philippines are willing to sign up for that insurance or put their employees on Sony Financial's insurance. Every single issue that we've had in regards to Sony, the PlayStation Network requirements, the ungodly amount of money being thrown at studios, where studios are being given $400 million to create a game and create TV shows and to create animated shows and to create movies and comic books and turn their franchises into just these mega franchises like Star Wars. And yes, I am talking about Concord in this respect. And all of the live service decisions that we have essentially seen over the last 4 years. I would even say the acquisition of Bungie would fall underneath this umbrella as well, is due to their current CEO, or I'm sorry, current CFO, who is this gentleman, Kenshiro Yoshida. Now, Mr. Yoshida comes from the financial group side of things. He's the numbers guy. He's the guy who's not looking at short term, he's looking at massive long term, which is one of the reasons why we saw a major push in regards to so many live service games. He wasn't looking at the loss they were going to be taking today. He was looking 10 years down the line to the sheer ungodly amount of money that they would make in 2034. As a numbers guy, he is unfamiliar with the way in which the gaming side of things, in all honesty, works. Moving studios away from their single player roots and then kind of shoving them into this live service, just steaming pot of shit, was essentially his modus operandi. He's out. He is gone. He is being replaced by Hiroki Totoki, if I said that right, who will be the CEO of the entire company going forward. And as the incoming CEO, CFO, he is basically walking back and changing a lot of the decisions that were essentially made by his predecessor. I believe he had. Is this his statement right here? Hold on. Most of those words from 2000s. SP. I'm truly honored to take the helm at Sony Interactive Entertainment. Technology and creativity are two of our biggest. This is his statement, I believe. focuses on developing experiences that deliver entertainment for everyone. We will continue to grow the PlayStation community in new ways, such as IP expansion, while also delivering the best in technology innovation. I want to thank Herman for his expertise and leadership as he continues his role as CEO, Studio Business Group. I am deeply grateful for the PlayStation community and their continued support, and I am very excited for what the future holds. The other individual that he named, I believe, was the head of the American side of Sony, which is announced that Nishino and Herman Holtz would split leading Sony Interactive Entertainment. Yeah. So Herman Holtz was the, if I'm remembering this correctly, the American side of the duo CEO thing that Sony was essentially attempting to do in regards to their gaming division. He's being moved somewhere else. He's another numbers guy. Numbers guy are going back to be the numbers people are being sent back to go do numbers. They're over there now. And one of the first major moves that we're seeing in regards to the new CFO taking place is the dropping of PlayStation Network account requirements for PC versions of PlayStation games. Holla fucking Luya. If you remember the absolute debacle which occurred in regards to Helldivers 2, that had people purchase Helldivers 2 and 2 months later lose access to the game because PlayStation Network was not available in their region or not available in their country. That's the decision that was coming from the top in regards to these two yahoos. I do think that it is funny. Well, it's not really funny. It is sad that in regards to leadership, you can fail horizontally. And what I mean by that is you can put 4 studios to work on creating live service games, and you can have those studios run themselves into the ground. And then you can scuttle those studios and fire 200 people over here, 150 people over here, 300 people over here, 120 people over here. You can order a restructuring and downsizing of an entire studio from 500 people down to like 220 people, and all those people are just they're just ass out of a job. Got to go find something else to do. Hopefully somewhere else is fucking hiring. And instead of you losing your job for the billions of dollars that you've lost, because I think that there's some type of report that the decisions that they've made over like the last year has cost Sony something along the lines of like $5 billion or some crazy shit. We're talking about acquisition of Sony, Concord, the Helldivers 2 debacle, the PlayStation requirements that were being forced on people online, multiple other, I think 4 other live service games that were running in the shadows, the massive expansion that we essentially saw in regards to Guerrilla Games and the Horizon series, that had the Horizon series coming out with like a fucking Lego game and things along those lines. All of those were decisions being made by these two individuals and then being backed by Kenshiro Yoshida at the top. They're gone. All those people are gone. New CEO is in the building, and he says that we are moving back to having studios work on what they are good at. Like I said, it's interesting that these individuals can fail, and they can. I'm telling you right now, if I was to go to my job and I was to lose $300 of my job's money, I'd be out of there. I'd be fired that same day. They'd walk me off the premises, police escort to my car so I can get the hell out of the building. The idea that these two individuals can cost the entire company $5 billion over a span of like 2-3 years. And it's like, yeah, we're not going to fire you. We're just going to we're going to move you laterally. Like, you're no longer going to be up here, but we're going to move you a little bit down. We're going to move you over here to the side. Basically, like, they put them in like a broom closet somewhere, but it's a broom closet where you're still getting paid millions of dollars. Like, that's your salary for the entire fucking year. So it doesn't really feel fair for all the people that essentially lost their jobs due to rank stupidity on their part, trying to run a gaming and entertainment division the way in which you would run a financial division where it's understandable. No, actually, you know what? No, it is not understandable to run a life insurance financial division by numbers. Like, that's callous as fuck. Uh, People are not numbers. To quote Jack Sparrow, people aren't cargo, mate. The idea that these individuals look at people as numbers and decimal points is truly fucked up. And it's really interesting that the philosophy they attempted to use, which is treating people as digits, did not work in the gaming division. Like, it crashed and burned. Like, it ran into it ran into a wall known as gamer fucking ignorance, where we were just like, we're not having that shit. Fuck you. We just won't buy your games, or we're just gonna fucking pirate them. Having those individuals go back to where they came from before, being the financial numbers guys, that, you know, we're gonna send you to a company to figure out why the books are wrong. That's scummy corporate politics. It sucks that they get to keep their jobs and hundreds of game developers lost their jobs, but, you know, what can you do? This is how corporations are run in 2020. To be fair, that's how corporations have always been run. The curtain is just being pulled back more and more in our era because of the freedom and rapid flow of information. I think this is a win. So far it's a win due to the changes that he has already enacted, such as the PlayStation account reversal. If I remember correctly, I could have sworn. Hold on. I could have sworn there were some tweets that came from on the news side of things. I could have sworn there were some tweets that came in as well, but now I can't find them. That's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, I can't find it at the moment. But there were definitely some tweets talking about some of the more changes that they're going to be doing going forward, which is essentially having studios that work on which is essentially having studios that are known for single player games and are great at making single player games once again focus on the creation of single player games. And that is always a win. In my books, that is definitely the smartest decision that you can make in regards to. And it doesn't matter. Wait, no, hold on. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. I can't find it. But yeah, if that's going to be the decision that we're having going forward, which is we are seeing the death of live service and a reversal back to story-driven games, I'm all for it. I don't think a lot of these companies, Sony included, really took into account just how demanding live service games are for studios to essentially maintain in regards to a content pipeline where you can either be negligent and allow your game to stagnate and then drip feed content like Bungie, or you can have a really crazy rapid fire development process that you have well thought out, like Marvel Rivals, or even well thought out along the lines of like Helldivers 2, where it's like we know exactly what we're going to be doing going forward for like the next 4 years, or we know exactly the characters we're going to be introducing every single month for like the next 3 years. It'll work. But if you're only looking at it from the financial dollar digit side, then it's not going to work and it's going to fucking crash and burn. But let me know what you guys think about this news in regards to basically the top of the Sony pyramid being chopped off and replaced by somebody who comes from the gaming world, and the numbers people being sent back to the Shadow Realm, and also about the removal for the PlayStation Network requirements. I know there are a lot of people that have PCs that weren't able to play a lot of the games they wanted to play in the last few years, especially I think God of War Ragnarok and one other game. I think Spider-Man 2 is about to come out maybe in like another day or two. And they weren't going to be able to play it because PSN isn't allowed in their country. Let me know what you think. Is that a good thing? Are you excited? Is it going to get you back into any of the games that you basically didn't pick up before? Or are you like me and you're going to sit back and watch to see just how far we go before some fuckery pops up? Comment down below. Let me know. And I will catch you in the next one.